Hey everybody. I'm starting a little early today, and I love that we've got a lot of new questions. And thank you so much for joining us. And I see some new people. Hello, hello, hello. It's wonderful to have you here. And I'm looking forward to, sharing and answering any and all questions. So for those of you joining in, hi Mina, I'm good. I'm sorry to hear you're going through so much, but we'll pull some cards today and just see what that guidance is for you. Um, no, for everybody that's joining up right now collectively, right? It's such a hard time and we have moments of joy, but for a lot of us, there is a lot of growth happening, right? There's lots of opportunities to go into sort of the what is, and on some level, even to be in a holding period, right? A lot of my clients, a lot of my colleagues that I'm noticing, as well as myself in certain areas of our life, right? It's sort of like, I can see the path forward. And it's like, but when is it going to show up? Right. So just honoring you, Mina, and honoring and everybody what you're going through at this time. Hi, Kriti. Good to see you. So what we're going to do today is start, as always, I like to start with a card for the week, sometimes two cards, and then we'll go through the questions. So there's lots of questions we've got already, and beautiful. Hi, 247 Travel. Oh, I'll definitely be happy to answer your question. We'll tune in and see what clarity wants to come. But we'll just go one by one. If you're here, you get your question answered first. If you leave and you're not here, I'll call back on you, and otherwise they'll be at the end, and I'll let you know where they come up in the thread afterwards, in the comments. So let's take a moment. Hi, Kritika. So let's take a moment, and I'm just going to slow down a little bit. And I just really, again, want to pull in any messages for us all, for the collective. What do we most need to know to support us for this week? What is going to bring us awareness and guidance, whether it's a smooth path for us or a path filled with challenge? What do we most need to know? And I'm going to start with the Ascended Masters deck and just see if there's any guidance here, anything that can support us and bring us into a bigger space. You know, life is yin and yang, up and down. And so what do we most need to know for this week? And it's good to see you, Saida. Hmm. Interesting. This one I'm always like, when this one comes up, I'm always like, really? So simple, but it's true. It's the energy of ocean, and she is a goddess of the water from Africa, and her energy is saying drink more water. So obviously it's not just drink more water. We really do need to drink more water, most of us, as it can be. But I think it's also about really opening and embracing to the flow of life. And it's about giving ourselves permission to slow down and really tune into what is nourishing for us. Where are we moving at a pace that is of the mind or beyond the mind? And where can we come down into the water? Where can we soften and soothe? Where can we take a deep exhale, breath in, and then exhale? And what do we most need to nourish ourselves? And so, you know, when I think of water, I think of clearness, clarity. I think of emotion. I think of the energy of a soothing, cool, pure energy moving through us. So, as I said, there's a lot of stagnation that I think a lot of us are feeling right now. I think we're sort of collectively in this holding period. We're growing tremendously in it. It just doesn't always feel like it. And drinking the water and connecting with the exhale is really going to allow us to both purify everything that's moving out and also to bring us into greater balance and sense of ease. So it's so simple, drink more water, but it's really slow down, do what you need to do to restore, and then drink that water so that there is a pathway to shift and clear some energy. So simple but profound. And then I'm going to pull a Rider-Waite deck card as well. Yeah. So the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So how do I share this? Things are fine. Things are more than fine. We are abundant. We are prosperous. We are held. We are safe. We are connected. And when it's in reverse, we don't believe it, right? We're like, no, like I've got to fight for what I want, or I've got to do action. I've got to move, or I'm feeling these fears, right? A lot of these deep primal ancestral fears, like I'm not supported. I'm malnourished. I don't have that energy. Am I really taken care of? Can I really trust in the bigger field? And so when we look at this week, it really is coming into a space of deeper trust. And I would also say coming into a space where we allow ourselves to both feel the fear or the discomfort, to feel the uncertainty. And then from that uncertainty, where can we let go? Where can we breathe? And where can we soften? Yeah, lots of self-doubt, right? There's a lots of different things that are coming in. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Mermaid. And how can we come into that space of being okay with being a little bit afraid or uncertain, and then opening into the greater trust? And one of the things that I've talked about a lot every week is that we're not right now being asked to fit the mold. We're not being asked to do what we're supposed to do. We're really being asked to listen and to trust and to move from that place. And again, for some of us, we might not know what that movement entails. But if we can come into a bigger place of trust, we can start to let go of like the old paradigm of fitting in, of doing what we need to do to survive. And instead, how can life direct us? How can life move through us? And that goes with the energy of this card of the water too, right? How do we open into that flow of life? And the water can both purify and help relieve us of these fears, but also bring us the life force forward. So not that it's going to be a challenging week, but it's a week to sort of embrace and open and to move into discomfort and fears, and then to do what we can to care for ourselves and nourish ourselves, remembering we are safe, we are supported, and we are connected. Yes. And yes, Lizzie, I'm definitely can do a message. You're probably like 9 or 10 right now. So just if you don't mind waiting around. So we're going to start with Mina. I also have some really exciting news. I'm also going to be doing readings and energy healings once a week on Wednesday nights through a station called Psychic Radio. I'll see if I can put the link up, and I'll only be doing 1 or 2 questions during the 30-minute show. I'm going to be spending more time, but it's a once a week where you get to tune in. We'll be doing lots of different insights and spiritual teachings as well. So I'll make sure to share. So Mina, I can't read your whole thing, but I read it before I put my pinned message, and sounds like, yeah, you're in a place where you're feeling a lot of self-doubt, a lot of discontent, stagnation, and that place of like, ugh, right? And we've all been there before. And so what I want to start with is I want to start with just some of the Rider-Waite decks and really just see if there's anything you need to know at this time. I really want to honor your journey. I know it's been challenging, and there's been a lot of the unknown. And so it's like, as you come to a space where you're still in the unknown, right? Like, what is it that you most need? And what is it that you most need to know at this time? I wouldn't even say to move forward, but what can support you the most at this time? Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna pull a couple more cards first. Hold on. So there's a letting go that's happening, and there's a shifting that's happening. Okay. And part of that is a letting go that's happening within yourself. There's also a coming home to yourself. Okay. And so it's not supposed to be a comfortable time, Mina. And some of these cards, I'm like, oh, I don't even want to read them for you, but I think it's a really good thing. And I think it's a very positive thing. But I think there's something shifting in your internal world where you are coming home to yourself. And that self-doubt and some of the challenges that you're feeling around that is because you're ready, perhaps, to make some movement. You're ready to make some shift. And so first thing that comes is the Five of Swords in reverse. And this is actually a really positive card. This card is telling us that you're ready to come home to yourself. There's a sense of like almost feeling betrayed on some level. And it's sort of like, I'm done playing that game, right? And I know that you weren't betrayed. I know there wasn't a betrayal that happened to you, but it's almost like you're taking ownership of what is it that you really want and what is it that you're really moving towards in your life, right? And so I got four cards now that all have to do with love, and they're all in reverse. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is not a bad card. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So what comes to me with this is that a lot of what's been going on for you in the past, I don't know how long, 6 months, maybe longer, a year, has been revolved around this idea and this desire for romance. And there's an understanding that's starting to come to you right now where you're like, I don't want to waste that time anymore. Now, you might get a message from your beloved saying like, this is what I have to do. I'm choosing this. I have to focus in this way. The page can often mean a message. But my sense is it might not even be that. My sense is there's a deeper knowing within yourself that you're like, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? And how do I let go so that I can fully move on in a way where I'm honored, where I'm supported, and where I'm connected? And so it's hard, right? Because there's this devotion, there's this love, and there's this energy with the beloved. So then I picked a couple more cards, right? Like I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Like I want to give you something positive to work with. And the first card is the Five of Wands. And so there's an internal fight that's going on. And there's something like, I don't want to let this go, or I'm not like willing to I'm not willing to shift my identity in this way. And so that to me is saying like, to let go of the fighting, let go of trying to keep things flowing or keep things moving. And what is it that you most need? Because this time right now is the Hermit. And this is one of my favorite cards. This time right now is really about you going inward and finding yourself. This doubt, this not knowing, this like, feeling like, oh, like I have to like find myself again, or what is it that I want? Where is my center? It's really key and really important because it's actually like a metamorphosis you're going through. It's like the cocoon, like you're just entering the cocoon so that you can move out from the butterfly. And so I really want to honor the process. I really want to invite you to honor the process. I don't want you to like, hold on. Like, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden everything's going to fall apart. It's more within yourself. It's like, what is it that you're willing to settle for? And what is it that you most want? And how is it that you can come back into that space where you can be like, I'm Mina and I shine. And I don't want to say unfortunately, because I think it's very fortunate, but unfortunately, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. And why I say it's fortunate is because it's through this discomfort that it's going to really allow you to hone your skills and energy on being yourself. And then we've got the energy of Serapis Bey, and he's like, go now. He's like, there's nothing more important for you than to really step into your light, your power, go into that internal world and really ask for what you want. And by asking for what you want, it's not even with the energy of the man in question. It's more in the question of what is it that you want to see manifest in your life, and how can you have it be possible in love, in relationship, in work, and in your unique being. And so very powerful, powerful, powerful reading. And yeah, very good question. So this is something I want to just let everybody know. It's like this question that Mina said, right? Like it's bringing you into a space. It's good to see you, Sakshi, and good to see you, Toshika. And so it's really, really beautiful to see this, and yet it's hard work, right? And your question allows the cards to really go that deep. So I really, really want to just honor the question and the places you're wanting to go with it. So much love. Hi, Yogini. Good to see you. We're working through. So everybody that's here, just know that we're moving through a list, and I will get to you. It's just going to be a little bit of time. The next two people who I know are both here, we're going to do Saida and Sakshi. And I'm glad that the reading, Saida, was so powerful last time. And so we're going to just check in on the energy of Mehdi right now. And then for Sakshi, we'll work with Jamshir. Dipshika, if you're here, let me know. Okay. Yeah, very powerful read, Nina. Super, super powerful. And like I said, oh, I'm getting shivers. Part of it, the question, and just also where you're at. And I'm really glad that it resonates. So thank you so much, 247 Travel. I forget, Ozier, I think your name was, or something like that. So it's wonderful to have you with us. Okay, so Saida, feelings of Mehdi. So I think we got the same card last time. Okay, hold on. The same card last time. I think it's very similar to what came up last time, Saida. King of Pentacles, and I'm not sure if I'm wrong and I'm thinking of someone else. But like there is this energy of like support there for you, right? Like Mehdi wants to support you, he's there to do what he can for you, and wants the energy to move forward. And so my invitation to you, Saida, is allow yourself to be supported. You're feeling bound up right now. You're feeling like, I don't know where to go. I don't think it's so much because of Mehdi's support. I don't think he's trying to control things. I think it's for you. It's like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do. Can I live my dreams? Can I follow my dreams? And the magician, and again, this is related more to you than Mehdi, but the energy is step forward in your power. Don't let fear hold you back. You're binding yourself there from your fear. And with the magician, you can take everything you need to allow things to come alight and to go on fire. And so it's a really powerful time for you. One of the things that I offer is fear is our biggest teacher, right? If we're like, oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. Yes, I can do it. I have the time. I have the money. I want to do it. And then it's like, hell no. That's like where our growing edge is, right? And it's like, what are we so afraid of from being able to step forward and step through? Okay, I understand. So right now, my sense is with that King of Pentacles is he's very like Pentacles is loyal, it's strong. So I would give him a chance, right? I would very, very much give him a chance, and know that there are very powerful beginnings. I think take off the blindfold, right? You know the fullness, you know where you've been hurt before. So it's not about like just trusting blindly, but also don't lock yourself away from it. Okay. Okay. So Sakshi, I think you're here. And if not, I am going to do your reading because I know it's going to be just what you need. And this is the round Jamshir. Let me go up and see who else is next. So Dipshika, if you're here, let me know. Otherwise, I'll get to you a little later. And Kritika, I know you were here. So let me know if you're still here. Okay. Beautiful. It's good to see you, Sakshi. I hope you're well. I'm working with the energy of Jamshir. You're still his queen, just so you know. We'll stick with these three cards. He's feeling a little stuck, right? Like because of things in his life. Great. I see you, Dipshika and Kritika. You two will be next. He's not feeling so victorious. He's sick of the situation. But like he's thinking about you and he has divine love and experience for you, like caring for you, feelings for you. And at the same time, we have the 10 of Cups where things still aren't necessarily easy or possible to manifest. What your guys' dreams are, what the hopes are, aren't manifest in the future, right? And so similar to Mina, different to Mina because different person, different question, but similar to her, it's like, where can you step in and do the work? yes, the love is there, that energy is there, but like it's really out of your hands. And so what is it that you need, right? And where is it that you can come back to center and move in that space, that forward, that space and that forward? I don't think the love is going to die on his end. And yet the main thing is, how do you move forward in that way with the way that that life is right now? So beautiful. I hope that helps, and it's good to see you. So next questions are Dipshika and Kritika, and then we have Shika if you're there, and Kriti. So Shika and Kriti, please let me know if you're here. And so Dipshika, we're going to do a general reading for you, and then we'll work with Ami. Okay. Hi, Motivation. Hi, Easy to Study. Please like and follow my page, and I'll get to you shortly. We've got a good probably 5 to 10 people at least in front of you right now. So Dipshika, let's do a general reading for you. It's good to see you. Good to feel you. Again, I'm always amazed at you people in India and Pakistan and how late you stay up. It's amazing. Okay, Dipshika, it's so funny. Every time I do a reading for you, I just get such positive vibes when I tune in. And so, like, I know things aren't super necessarily easy. Yes, Divyasha, I'll do your reading. You're in line with everyone else, okay? So right now, like you're feeling a little uncertain, Dipshika. You're like, like are things gonna go my way? I think again, we got this card a couple weeks ago. Like there's a meeting with a childhood friend or an old love, and it's not going to plan. Like stop like thinking about what was old and know that there's going to be new and freshness coming your way. There's stagnation there. But it makes you feel turned upside down, especially when we're looking at love. You're like, I don't feel empowered. I'm not seeing the right choices coming. I'm not seeing the right attraction coming. Like I'm feeling a little bit stuck and a little bit hell. Yep, I see you. I go through the list, Yogini. It's good to have you here. Please follow and like my page. And then this is the feeling I get whenever I tune into you, Dipshika. It's the 9 of Cups. It's like your wish is going to come true. Everything is going to go through in a way for you that does feel good, that does feel in alignment, and that is resonant with your highest good in your dreams. Like it's the energy of like Mahalakshmi, right? Like I would even say even, and I'm not like an expert on in the Indian and Hindu gods, but like even the energy of like the Kubera energy, right? Where it's like wanting to bring it into ground. You will be successful. You will be cared for. You're going to get what you need and what you want. And there is a space of also being honored and into that bigger space. Thanks, Yogini. And then the bigger card is judgment, and knowing that whatever period you're in this period of maybe stagnation and stuckness, you will rise out, but you're just going through this uncertainty at this time. And so try not to focus so much on the past, try not to focus so much on past relationship, and know that there are going to be good things coming. And I'm not sure if it's with you or with another reading I did for someone else, but you're going to succeed in school, in work. Things are going to really flow and come your way. And so just trust in that process, okay? Things are good. So Kriti, we have Ami. We're going to go into the energy of Ami. Let me just go and see who's next. Shika, I don't think you're here, Shika, so I'll check in with you later. And then Minute Tech, are you here? Please let me know if you're here. And otherwise, we'll go into Ozier's question, okay? So this is for Ami. I just want to make sure I've got the right one. Yes, for Kritika. Okay. Whoops. You're welcome, Dipshika. Okay. So this is an interesting one. So right now, Kritika, there's some doubt, right? Like there's a chance and opportunity for fullness, but you're feeling like, hi, Kelsey. Hi, Mariana. Just thanks for joining the queue. You're probably like 9 or 10 readings in. Beautiful Minute Tech. Awesome to know. Know that I will get to your questions in the order that you're here. And so, so it's feeling a little topsy-turvy. Know that there is fullness and there is an abundance there. There's an opportunity for fullness with Omni, but you're not trusting it. And either he or you is like trying to grasp on, okay, great, Shika, we'll get to you next. And trying to hold on and like grasp. So I don't know if you're holding on to the energy of like what you want it to be, or if Omni's perhaps holding on and a little bit afraid to move forward. But know that there's going to be a shifting there. There's a connection there. We've got the 10 of Cups right side up and the Lovers right side up. So there is a desire there. There is a connection there. There is a coming together there. It's powerful and it will happen. It might take some time, might be like 3 weeks, might be 6 weeks, right? It's not going to happen tomorrow. There's something that you're moving through. I think that he's moving through more where he needs to let go, and when he lets go, he'll be able to show up and really be present with you. So I'm very excited for you. Yeah, but it feels a little topsy-turvy right now. So just know that, okay? So next we have, let me see who's here. Minute Tech. Shika was first, and then Minute Tech is here. It's so beautiful to have you both here with us. And so after Minute Tech, Shika, we're going to do Minute Tech. And then is Kriti, are you still here? And otherwise, we're going to move on to Ozier. Okay. So love reading for Shika. So it's wonderful to have you with us, Shika. So beautiful to have all of you with us. I read every Tuesday from 2 to 3 Central Standard Time. Ah, there's love coming your way. Hi, Vidya. Okay, Kriti, beautiful. It's not going to be what you expect, though. Okay. There's love coming your way, Shika, but it's also a little bit confusing. So the first thing, there is an invitation or an invitation coming. You might have already gotten the invitation. There's a man that's interested in you, and he is going to come towards you. There is going to be a connection or an energy or a beautiful way that he's going to come towards you. But like after that, it feels all confusing, and it's inviting you to sort of come down off the mountain and grow. So this man is the King of Cups. It is someone who might be a little bit older than you. He's very emotional, but he holds his emotions inside, right? Like he will let them out, but like it's hard for him to express it. It's hard for it to get it out. And so for you, it's like he's giving you these mixed messages, perhaps, where it's not so clear and it's not so easy all the time. My pleasure, Kritika. I'm not sure when your turn is, Divyasha. I'm just going through the list. So just if you don't mind just waiting, I'll let you know when we're about 2 people before you. Then we've got the Judgment in reverse. And Judgment in reverse is like, again, there feels like there's this potential or there's possibility for new beginnings. And it's like, oh, I got the message and oh, he's showing up. And then it's like, oh, but where is he? And it doesn't feel so clear. And it isn't like, so like the path forward isn't clear. So things feel a little bit like held up, even though there are these messages. So I do want to be clear, this person really does like you. They want to connect with you. They want to be with you. We also have the 6 of Wands, and they want to help you, right? But they're afraid. I mean, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, sorry, but they're afraid. There's something that they're afraid maybe of getting hurt or of like showing you fully how they feel. So there's a lot of mixed messages coming your way. It has the potential for a powerful new beginning. It's an Ace of Swords, but because there's like, again, no clarity and no clear communication, it's like, what do you do with it? How do you move forward? And so one of the things that comes through is the Hermit, and it's reverse. And it's sort of about you coming up the mountain and you owning what it is that you want and what it is that you need. So it's not about, how do I say this? It's not like being active. Wait for the invitation, wait for this person to come towards you, and give them a little bit of space and time to try to figure out their actions, how they're going to come through. But the potential and the possibility is like they're going to show up and then they're going to pull back. They're going to show up and then they're going to pull back. And so then your invitation after all that is, can you come down off the mountain if you want to be with this person and own it and speak your truth? And you might have to say, I'm here, I'm ready. This is what I need. So there is a love interest there. There is a love that's brewing, but it's confusing. It's taking a little bit more time than you would like. And something about it is about inviting you to come into your own empowerment and to really ask for what you need and what you desire. Okay, I hope that makes sense. We're going to work with Minute Tech and then Kriti next, and then Ozier. And then we are, believe, at Lizzie. Okay. So let me know if you're here. Okay, the next one is Kriti. What is Anisha's truest, deepest feelings for you? Okay, Kriti, let's see. Lots of love readings today. So my sense is with Anish, he's confused, and different kind of confused in the last reading I came through. My sense is, and I'm just going to name it bluntly, Kriti, again, better person out there for you. He might move towards you. It's the Three of Wands. Like, he might seem really fun and really impetuous. It's Three of Wands in reverse. So he's ready to move. There might be some action, but like he's got a bit of trauma, a bit of wounding. He's sort of like, can he trust you? Can he trust any woman right now? Is he ready to move forward? And then I got like the Nine of Pentacles. Like, he's not ready for relationship. It's in reverse. He's not really ready and able to see you fully who he is, or who you are. We have the Page of Wands in reverse, which is like, again, mixed messages, not going to be very clear. Might even be sort of like rude at times. And he's like sort of like the bad boy. I'm going to play my games and I might win. But we have the Fool in reverse, which is like, really, it's like not worth wasting your time. It's not worth wasting your energy. More alive, more aligned, and someone better that's out there for you. So that's my sense and my feeling, and I hope that makes sense. The one will be there, right? But he might be sort of fun and he might have a little bit of fire, but again, I don't think he's fully able to see you for who you are and for what you need. Okay, so Minute Tech is next, then Ozier. And yes, my pleasure, Shika. Okay, and then let me just see who the next three are. Hold on. Okay. So Minute Tech, Ozier, and let's see. And then Lizzie. Lizzie, if you're still here, let me know. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So Minute Tech. Beautiful. Thank you for subscribing. So you're a new subscriber. What is the intention of Ujjwal Puri for KT? Hmm. Okay, I pulled 6 different cards. Again, I would focus more on the first 3. So this is a chance for a powerful new beginning. This person, Ujjwal Puri, does want to move forward. There's a beginning of a journey. There's potential there. It feels exciting. It feels good, but it's also like uncertain, the energies that's there. And my sense is there's a feeling almost of coming home and perhaps karmic patterns there. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So that like the Eight of Cups in reverse, instead of like leaving everything that you've got built, it's sort of like coming home, but it has the potential for KT or this connection for it to like relive old patterns, right? The Emperor's there. So to me, this is Shani. This is the energy of Saturn. It's the energy of control at times. Now, Saturn is not trying to control in a bad way, but there's a strictness. It's karma. It's like I'm bringing you like the lessons that you need to learn to grow. And so my question about this or this connection, is it continued patterns or repatterning of an old cycle? Not necessarily from past lifetimes, could be, but also from this lifetime. And so the sense is there is this potential when some of these old patterns come up or these old things come up is for pain, right? Is for disconnect. Now, this is not because that there's not love there. It doesn't mean that there's not care there, but it's like, what is it that's being triggered in these old patterns? Or maybe even in the sternness or like that energy of like, we're here to make you grow, that there might be things that once this partnership of sorts gets beginning, that there's pain. Now, there is kindness there. Let me just look at his name. Ujwal wants to help. It wants to support. It's not coming from a bad place. But all in all, there's like imbalance there, right? Like it's sort of like stirring things up instead of it being a calm and easy ride. So what comes through for me around that, around this connection, is the intentions are good. The intentions are pure. It's a potential for a powerful beginning, and it's a potential for movement forward. But there's old patterns there. There's old cycles there that are asking to be broken. And some of these cycles have the potential to bring up pain, right? Now, is Ujwal going to bring pain? Not necessarily. Potentially because of the sternness of the nature at times, or like that hardness of it, but it's more the cycles and the old karma that's going to bring pain. There's potential to break that cycle or to break the karma through this relationship, but it's not necessarily going to be just easy and peaceful. There will be a balance, right? There'll be an up and a down and a flow that comes with it. So yeah, so I hope that makes sense. That's sort of what comes through, and yeah, it's big. So if she moves forward, it's not move forward with caution, or if there's a movement forward, it's just be aware that it's not about it being in like an easy ride. There's something there for greater growth. Okay. And so next we're going to move with Ozier, and then we have Lizzie, and then let's see who else we have. Okay. So Lizzie, and then after Lizzie, hi Toshika, we have Yogini after Lizzie. So Yogini, let me know if you're here. Okay, so are you on the right path, Ozier? I don't know why I'm not able to concentrate on applying for the Iceland Masters email application. Okay, so we'll check in with that. So again, just reminding everybody, I'm going to sneeze, that collectively we are in a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of uncertainty. And there's times where there just isn't going to be the energy to move forward. And so one of the things that I often think about at these times, and I work with clients all over the world, and if the inspiration isn't there, let it go. Not for like months, but even let it go for a week. What would it be like if you said it for a week? I'm just going to let it go. Unless there's a deadline, right? And then usually within like 3 or 4 days after we let it go, the inspiration can come up. It gives it the opportunity for us to have the energy to move it forward. And so try not to be afraid if you notice there's periods of these downtimes. And so that's just collectively, that's not just for you, Ozier, just something I'm seeing a lot. And so let's just see. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, you are on the right path. I'm going to just pick 3 cards, I think. Let me just see if there's. Okay, I'm going to pick 5 cards. The last card, oh no, I'm going to pick 6 cards. Just know you're on the right path. And right now it's really out of your control, okay? Really out of your control. So the first card is the Emperor in reverse. There's no discipline right now. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's sort of like that structure of Shani that I was just talking about. It isn't there. So just let it go right now. That inspiration is going to come. We've also got the Chariot. There is huge movement, huge energy, and huge direction that's going to take you exactly where you need to go. Now, that doesn't mean you don't need to do the steps. Of course you do. But if you let it go for a couple days, even a week, not a problem. You will get there. And there will be joy. 3 of Cups. This is where I was going to leave it. But then I picked the Knight of Wands in reverse. And then after that joy, oh my God, can I trust? Am I making the right decision? Feels like things are slowing down. I was supposed to go in February. Now I can't go to May or whatever, right? So there's like that, oh gosh, and then everything's going to change. Now, when I say everything's going to change, it doesn't mean the Iceland thing's going to change, but just your idea of how things are going to move forward are going to change. Tower, that's why I was like, oh, do I really want to read this? It's part of the restructuring. So it's almost like letting go to the power of God or of nature, of spirit. And then we've got the Star. All your wishes are going to come true. So this reading, like Mina's reading, is really huge in that we've got 2, 4, 6 cards. 4 of them are major arcana. We've got the Emperor, which is talking about this lack of discipline. It's saying like, let things go. Things are out of your mind right now. It's out of your control right now. Give yourself a chance to rest. Major arcana cards are like bigger energies. They're like planetary energies. They're like our guides and our angels. They're our soul path unfolding like without our control. You are on the right path. Things are going to move for you. You are guided from spirit, and it's going to be easier than you think. With it, there's going to be moments of great joy and then doubt. And just when you doubt the most, it's going to feel like, oh my God, things are falling apart. Again, not necessarily with the process, but within yourself. It might be I switch my major. It might be I'm changing everything. I want to do this instead. It might be, oh my God, this other thing popped up and that's where I'm following it. And it's going to lead to like just your wishes coming through, connection with higher spirit, connection with nature. So you are on a very big journey right now, OZR. It's bigger than you. And so don't get hung up on the details. Trust in the process. Know that all things are going to come exactly as they need to be. My sense is even with that card, with as little effort as needed and with more joy than pain. And so it's just really opening to that greater force and that greater energy. And you'll have energy to get that application in the next week or two. Or again, there might be something else that calls you forward. But when I tuned in, I still feel pretty clear about the Iceland piece. So very, very powerful times for you. So Lizzie and Estonia, what do you most need to know? And then we're going to Yogini after that. Okay. And then and then Mermaid is after that. Beautiful. Beautiful. You could very well be able to call Iceland your permanent home. And if you don't, it's going to be because something else says, I need to be here instead. So I would keep just applying in the pathway that you're applying right now. Trust in what you're doing and know that if things need to change, they will change. Like it will be clear and happen at that time. Right now, follow your path. Okay. And so working with Lizzie, and then after Lizzie, I already said it, Yogini. Yogini, let me know if you're still here. Okay, and what does Lizzie most need to know right now? Thanks everyone for waiting and hanging out. I'm going to read for about 20, 25 more minutes. So I think everyone here definitely will be covered. For new people, we'll just have to see how it goes. So Lizzie in Estonia. Okay, interesting. So yours is good. There's new beginnings, especially in love coming your way. And at some points, like the love feels like, what are you talking? Like you might even be like, what are you talking about? There's no energy flow in there. I'm feeling blocked. We've got the Four of Wands. There's a little bit discomfort in yourself and your body and your experience of being. There's a sense of like I'm ready for movement, but where is the movement? We've got the Page of Cups. There's things that you're wanting to come your way, creativity, flow, perhaps romance, but it's like, where is it? And there is a being or there is an energy that is coming in, and in that energy, there is this person that's coming in. It might be a friend of yours, someone you already know, someone who is very loving and caring and that supports you and is there. And even if it's someone you don't know, it might be someone that come in. It might be someone you do meet online in that way, in that space. But there's a part of you that doubts. There's a holding back. You're like, can I believe this? Can I trust this? Can I open into this joy? Can I open into this connection? I even think a sense of feeling of I don't deserve this, right? Like I'm not ready for this. And like I said, I think we did a reading last week that was more about where you were at in your bigger body and a bigger experience of life. So again, this might be stuff that's totally off your radar right now that you're not even thinking about. But know that this person, this Knight of Cups, and like I said, it could be someone you already know, might not be. But this offers a powerful new beginning. And it's almost like this is where there's going to be a shift for you around work. There's going to be a shift for you around moving forward and new opportunities. So it might be romance. It might also be a deep friendship or something that's going to come and it's going to be like, hey, we can cut through this crap and move forward and through it. So my invitation to you is after doing this reading is please give yourself that permission to accept help and please give yourself the permission to stay open. This man or this person is going to be very kind, very caring. It's someone who's emotional. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not going to be a player. He's not going to be like, he's someone that's reliable. He's not necessarily like the steady banker, right? Or someone like that, but he's someone who is trustworthy, creative, open, and that will be there to help you. And to open up to you. So giving yourself that permission to go into a space of greater trust, okay? And to accept that help. You are worth it. You are worthy. If the love comes in, you're worthy of it. And know that it's a potential for a powerful beginning. And if it's not love, it's through movement on some level into the next steps of your life. Okay. So Yogini, let me know if you're here. The next question, Toshika, are you here? And Mermaid, are you here? Let's see. Yogini, Mermaid, and Toshika, are any of you here? Yes, you're welcome, Lizzie. Good to have you. Okay, and I'm going to just go ahead. I will answer those at some point. But first we'll go through. Okay, Divyasha, did you leave your question? Yes, you did. Where's Divyasha? Okay, so oh yes, Divyasha, I did miss your question. I am so sorry that I skipped your question. Are you still here? I hope you're still here. So if not, we're gonna go Divyasha, and let me see who else is next. Okay, so Divyasha, and then we're looking for easy to study. Are you there? Motivation, are you here? Is any of you here? Okay, Divyasha is here. Mermaid is here. Okay, so we're going to do Divyasha first, then Mermaid, then motivation. Okay. Yeah, I get lost with all the questions. I need a secretary. Okay, so let me go back to your question, Divyasha. Okay, there's Mermaid. Okay, actually, Mermaid was before you, Divyasha. So I'm going to go to Mermaid first. What does she need to know about this guy, Ashkar, that she started talking to recently? And then Divyasha is that all over future. Okay. So mermaid and Ashkar, mermaid and Ashkar, what do we need to know? Hmm. Yeah, so I see some good things for you with him. I'm going to just pull 3 cards. So mixed messages right now. Page of Pentacles in reverse. He's sort of slow going. He might not come direct at you with different messages, might not be able to move forward in a very clear way. Sort of slow and stagnant. So you might have to show up and just really be open. But I feel like there is fun there for you. There's joy there. We've got the 3 of Cups. So chance for connection, for romance, for play. You guys can have a really good time. I think you can help to bring him out of his shyness a little bit. There might be some shyness there. And in general, there's a potential for balance and connection. You bring, I think, some things out in him, or can bring some things out in him that make him have more fun, where he can be a more grounding influence for you. Is it huge romance? I don't know that. I don't necessarily see that. Might be a good friendship, might be a peaceful relationship, one that can be a lot of fun, but might not be like a long-lasting romance. But I see more depth of friendship and potential for that there. But there is interest there, and there is curiosity there. And I would say, don't be shy. Be yourself. Be who you are, and it will help to draw him out. Okay. And so then the next question, we're going to go to Divyasha. And thank you so much, Divyasha. And Toshika, I'll do you right after motivation. So we'll go Divyasha, motivation, and Toshika. So Divyasha just wants to know, I remember you from last week, Divyasha. What's going on? How are things going? And are things going to be okay? I know there's a lot of anxiety right now. So just so you know, again, a lot of uncertainty in the collective right now. It's intense right now. And so like, how do we come into this space of greater trust? So what does Divyasha need to know right now? That's unexpected, just so you know. Okay. It's not a bad thing. So I actually see a lot of healing for you happening here, Divyasha, and less anxiety, and some movement. So I pulled quite a few cards. I'm just going to read them quickly. So the first card I picked, and I know this is not on your radar at all, or my senses, is the 2 of Cups, which can mean romance. Now, for this reading, I don't see it so much as romance. It might be, but I see it either more as a friend or a helpful, or something coming in to bring help for you, something to help bring you home towards yourself. Because right now there is a sense of imbalance, right? You're not feeling connected. You're not feeling content. You're not feeling in alignment with yourself. There's a lot of up and down, not knowing where you're going. And yep, oh, so you do have a crush on a classmate. So potentially it could be that. And that could be throwing you for a little bit of a loop there too, right? Know that there is potentially interest there. Yes, Vidya, I'll say your name when we get to you. I'm just going through the list. There are a lot of people on today, and you're not new, so you'll definitely get read today. I think anyone that shows up after this time probably will not get to their reading today. And so know too that there's help and support coming for you. Trust in that. Like when you look at your school or you look at where you're going, it's going to come through. Things are going to be okay. Now you feel sort of topsy-turvy, especially if we're looking at the love perspective and the love thing. Like, can you trust yourself? Can you follow your heart? Can you feel your heart? And I would say, please go ahead and do that, because you're coming into a period of great healing. The pain is going to fall away. The anxiety is going to start to be soothed. And the trauma, so this is swords falling out. This is not new swords. There's going to be more peace. And perhaps with this crush, or perhaps to this space, there'll be an energy and a flow that will come through. And this is going to allow you to own your power a little bit and to ground some of that anxiety. I think you're going to find out also, maybe not quite soon, but there'll be this energy where you find out about like where you're going to school, where things are going, and that's going to help settle you some more. We've got the Five of Swords, which is like, again, a settling, feeling like you're coming back home. Hi, Elena. And there's going to be action and movement. So for me, I see that things are going to go, oh, yeah, I would totally ask her out. I would totally ask her out. And it might be really nervous and back and forth and all that, but I would totally ask her out. And it's okay to be nervous to do that. If you don't mind waiting, Elena, right now there is so many people that I still have to get to. I will get to you if I can, but I can't promise, okay? I will check in with you at the end. Right now, we're going to be doing motivation next, and then Toshika and motivation. Thank you so much for re-putting your question in there. Okay. What will be my abundance the next few months? You're in love with Smith and I together. I am female and you're male. Okay. So motivation and Smith. You're good. You're doing great. Things are going to really calm down for you, and your path and your focus to Vyasha is great. Trust in the process. There's going to be healing coming through you, and you will do fine in school. Okay. So what I see for you, and I'm gonna pull 4 cards for you, motivation. Going through a little bit of a challenging time. Things are going to be okay. So know that things are going to be okay. But right now, there's a sense of sort of like returning to an old issue, perhaps, or an old problem. This is the Eight of Cups in reverse. And so in some ways, when I first pulled it, I'm like, oh, you guys are coming home to each other. You're coming home and like there's a reconnection happening. But I think there's something that happened in the past where there was a little bit of distrust. We have the Five of Swords, perhaps a little bit of control on one end or the other. Now, that doesn't mean that he was controlling or you controlling, but our patterns of anxiety and stress, like we sometimes try to control people or try to like get our needs met because we're afraid, right? We're afraid of losing someone. We're afraid of being abandoned, right? There's some anxiety or some different things coming in. So I think that like on one level, there's a sense of maybe fear of loss or a feel of losing things, right? Yes, minor issue. Everything's going to be fine. And so the strength in reverse card is that 2 things. Number one, you've got to be careful about not imposing your will too much or distrusting too much and allowing that to try to give you to take control. But there's also an action that's needed for you. And again, I think this is more within yourself to look at like, okay, this is where my fears are coming up. Do I really need to fear? Hi, Radhika. I don't think I'm going to have time for your question today. I have a lot of people still on the list, and I try to end by 3:10. Okay. Next time I'll be here at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to follow my page, you'll get a notification, and I'd love to read for you. And so then so where is your patterns? Where are you holding on, and where can you shift them? Okay. And where can you come into a space of deeper trust? And then the outcome, yes, the outcome is the sun. Everything's going to be fine. Prosperity, abundance, love, joy, all these different things. But it's more like moving through. And he's a safe person for you to do this with. You can trust. He's patient, especially as you do your work and be honest, but just know you're just moving through it right now. Okay. Okay. So let me just go up. So we're at Toshika next. Let me find Toshika's question. Okay, hold on. And then Veji, I see you. We'll make sure to get to you. You might even be next after Toshika. Okay, so Toshika. So we're going through Toshika. I'm going to just go with Toshika. Veji, I think you're next. Okay. So Toshika, your question, should Nilesh and Bhumika get married, and what is the guidance for them? So we're looking at Nilesh and Bhumika. So lots of karma for them, lots of change for them. Let's see. Lots of surrender for them. I think I'm going to pick just 5 cards. The 2 cards, the 3 cards after are just sort of like reference to the 2 first cards. So I don't know if something is like pushing them towards getting married or if there's a reason why they feel like they should get married. But like Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's pushing them together. It's pushing them in this experience where life has the potential to change very quickly. Now, in reverse, Wheel of Fortune is not bad. It's still positive. It just means it's bumpier and it's more unexpected. Everything that's happening here is part of the karmic fold and it's part of the karmic unfolding. And I would say that they weren't necessarily planning on getting married, or they're not sure if they should get married. Now, if they do, it's fine. But it's scary, right? And they're in the middle right now of a big change, and the change is death. They are not going to die. There's no death involved, but it means that this current way of life or their current perspective of how they've been living or what they've been wanting is going to change. And so we've got this karmic energy or this thing that's been pushing them together and that's making them to come to this point of what did they do? And that is going to create huge change for them in their life, whether they get married or whether they don't get married. Now, this change is not bad. It is good, but it's sort of like shocking to their systems. And they're like, what do I do? Page of Swords. They need to trust that it's a message from spirit and it's all about surrender and letting go of fighting it. Open to that greater space, open to that greater source. If there's fear, if there's energy where they're not sure what to do, if it's their mind getting involved, let the mind go. They need to let go of trying to control things. They need to let go of trying to do what they want or what they think is best. And it's opening to that greater flow of where life is taking them. So my intuition or what's coming through is it's not that they should or shouldn't get married. It's more like trusting in the process. It's more like what feels more in alignment at this time and trusting that and moving with it. Because whatever is happening, things aren't going to be the same. There isn't going to be like they're going through a shift, right? It's shifting things in their lives for both of them. And so don't hold on to the relationship. Don't fight what's happening, or don't hold on to this idea of like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to do that. Instead of being the question of like, what is life wanting us to do right now? That doesn't mean to bypass things. It doesn't mean like, oh, if this is an abusive situation, just to do it because you think you have to. I don't get that feeling for them, but it's like more like, hey, what are we really being guided and directed to do? And what do we, how do we open to that? And that would be, I think, the question that I would have them work with and ask, and know that it will become clear, if that makes sense. So, hi, Selene. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe we're too late for questions right now. I have a couple more I'm doing. I will be here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Please feel free to join in then. I would love to answer. I would love to answer for you. Okay. So next we have Vedya. I'm just going to go through and see if anybody else is here. So Yogini, Mariana, Vedya, you're next. Who else is here? I think that's it. Elena, are you still here? Okay, let me know. Yeah, you're welcome, Selene. Okay, so Vedya, thank you for waiting. I really appreciate it. Had lots of people today. I'm hugely missing my person and in a huge pain. Will he come back, or should I talk to him again and reconnect after I pulled off recently, or let him go once or for all? Big question. Thank you for sharing. I really, oh, I'm getting shivers. This is big. Like I really honor and feel your pain and feel all that you're moving through and going through. I just really want to hold that space for you and honor you. Know that things are going to get easier. Okay. Just going to ask for a little further clarification. And there's something about really coming into your own power and a settling that's happening. Oh, okay. So this is you're in the hardest part. So two things that come. There is the Emperor, and this card's actually come up quite a bit today. And the Emperor, as I had said before, it's sort of like Shani energy, the energy of Saturn. It is karma. Okay, so this could represent the like discipline, right? The discipline of staying away, the discipline of breaking it off. Could also represent some of the energy. Yes, it's my pleasure, Toshika. It felt very powerful. And yeah, there was a lot that came through. Like yeah, it's just to have the trust in the path. Okay. Everything is going to be okay. Energy and some of why you've decided to break it out. A sense of maybe a little bit too much sternness, too much constriction, not enough flow there, right? And so right now you're in this place where it's like you are feeling tense, you're feeling a lot of pain, and you're feeling a lot of grief. But my sense is that in reality, it's going to allow you to stop sort of looking over your shoulder. There's going to be a space of like, I can start to exhale more now. I can put down the burden. My sense is, Vedya, that you were carrying a lot of stuff for him and for the relationship. And he's not a bad person, but he's not able, King of Swords, he's not able to show up in his highest thing. He's not able to really be there in his highest power. And he's not able to show up for you as you need him. Know that in time, I would say probably 3 to 6 weeks, you're going to be feeling a lot better and a lot less emotion and a lot less pain. And when that happens, there's going to be movement. There's going to be movement. The movement is not towards him. It's, I believe, continuing to take a break and step away. But that is going to seem like an eternity, these first 3 to 6 weeks, right? As you move through the healing. So then I asked, what did you most need to know and what was going to support you the most? This is all about you coming into your own power and your own radiance. It's about trusting in yourself, and it's about being in the light of your highest self. Knowing that you're coming back down to earth, that you're coming back home to yourself. You weren't able to fully express yourself during that relationship or be the expression of yourself. And in time, like I said, probably like 6 weeks to 3 months, we're going to be looking at full power, being in your own power, your own light, the Empress, luscious, ready for love, ready for connection. I think for a long-term relationship, it's going to be longer than 3 months, but you're going to be feeling more connection to that devotion and to that space. And then the High Priestess and an empowerment and a connection with yourself and soul. So not only are you going to be honoring that divine feminine and that divine Shakti energy, you're also going to be connecting with higher power and higher self and deeper connection of who you are and what you need. So know that right now you're in a grieving period, and a great grieving period, but that all is well and all will be well. And yeah, all will be well. And so just trust in that, trust in the process, know that you're coming home to yourself, and as painful as it is now, it will ease. So I hope that helped. I hope that made a lot of sense. And I thank you all for coming. If there's anyone here whose reading I missed and you had already put it in the session, I'll give you another minute. Just let me know. Otherwise, I'll be here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. I really appreciate you guys all coming. I appreciate you subscribing and liking and being here. It is such a joy to read and to connect with you all. I know a lot of you are from the East, and India is one of my favorite places, Nepal. I'd love to go to Pakistan. I've heard wonderful things. And I appreciate you guys being up so late there. And anyone from any place else in the world, I love having you here too. So much love, so many blessings, and namaste. Bye. I got to shut it off on my end here. Bye.